my son, he grew up here.
Ms. Johnson?
Today's meeting of the Municipal Code Enforcement Board is called to order on August 28th, 2019. Welcome, everyone. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Be seated, please. Oops. Agendas of today's meeting are on the wall at the entrance to the chambers. Please remember to turn off your cell phones. The Municipal Code Enforcement Board consists of 7 members who are appointed by the City Council, and we serve voluntarily. It is this board's intention to promote, protect, and improve the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of Clearwater, providing this equitable, effective, and inexpensive method of enforcing certain rules within the city. The board considers new business items in 2 parts. First, the violation, then the affirmative relief. Formal rules of evidence do not apply. Each side is limited to 15 minutes, but the board may grant additional time. All proceedings will be conducted in a calm, civil manner. Individuals who conduct themselves otherwise will be asked to leave. If necessary, they will be escorted to the chambers. Now I ask all who plan to speak, please rise and be sworn in by the clerk.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth throughout your entire testimony?
I do.
Our first order of business is to review and approve minutes of last month's meeting. May I have a motion to approve?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Minutes are approved. Is there anyone here to speak to items not on the agenda? Our new business items, where are they? Okay. Item 4.1, continued from April 24th, 2019 and May 22nd, case 6419. 5 respondents, RNSS Investments, LLC, at 862 Bayway Boulevard, in violation of code for unsafe building, and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Is there someone here to speak to that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair and board members. Brian Ungst, 625 Court Street, on behalf of RNSS Investments, LLC. This is the property with the dock on Bayway. You might recall there was the issue with...
Sorry, can you just turn the power on that?
Oh, yeah. That's okay. This is the property with the dock on Bayway that we discussed in May. You might recall there's an issue where there's an easement in favor of the city that was being worked on, which prevented some access from the client for the property. The bottom line is that the dock was supposed to be torn down by August 25th. We just got a letter from the contractor that they couldn't get a barge out, and they've now committed to tearing it down by September 6th. So long story short, I spoke with Mr. Funo, Mr. Garriott, and Mr. Cantrell, and we are consenting to an order requiring compliance within 30 days or imposing a fine because we believe that we will be able to comply within 30 days. So we're not asking for a continuance, and we will agree to an order requiring compliance within 30 days.
Okay, is that...
Yes, ma'am.
And before, I don't know if this is appropriate to do now, but I just want to put on the record, we also have a item 7.7, which is a nuisance abatement lien filing. It's about cutting the grass. The grass will be cut today, so we also consent to an order requiring the grass to be cut within 5 days. So you're not dealing with that right now, but when you get there, I just want to let everybody know that we consent and we're not going to stick around for that one.
Okay,
Okay?
all right. Now, what needs to be put on the books?
Well, how much of a fine is the city looking for if they don't comply?
Do you want to make a motion or tell them?
Well, we need to know what the fine is
If they don't comply.
if they don't comply.
The city's asking for $150 per day the violation continues.
We don't object to that, so.
Okay. I'll make a motion.
Okay,
Okay. Regarding case 64-19, I moved in an order requiring the respondent to correct a violation on or before September 28th, 2019. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $150 per day per violation for each day each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Thank you.
Need the first motion
Exactly.
Okay, we got kind of backwards
I'll
here.
I'll make that first motion.
first. Motion finding the violation.
First motion, I move to find the respondent in violation of the case, excuse me, I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Now, we do the second motion?
Right.
Okay, I make the motion again, the second motion as I previously stated.
What was the deadline?
September 28th.
September 20th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay.
Do we want to do items?
No.
No? Okay,
We could just, they've already acknowledged for that one, so when we get to it,
just do it.
yeah.
Okay.
Continue from July 24th, 2019, continue to September 25th. Oh, wait, sorry. This one's
skip that.
continued, yep. Continued from July 24th, case 133-19, find respondents Gordon Advisors, Inc. at 909 Beckett Street in violation of code for permits and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. You're here for that?
Yes,
Do you admit or deny?
I admit.
You
What
admit.
is your
If
name,
you'll-
please?
Excuse me.
Your name?
Joe Ray Gainey. I'm the owner of Jordan Advisors.
Would you spell that?
The company or the name?
Your name.
G-E-L-R-A-Y.
Yeah.
G-E-L.
All right, so he admits, I'll make the first motion.
Okay, if you'll have a seat, we'll call you back up, okay?
I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay.
Okay, Nilda Espinosa, Housing Inspector, City of Clearwater. So, would you like to see the presentation?
No.
No?
Just a recommendation.
Okay.
7 point.
So, sorry.
It's all right.
You know, we don't have power on this one here. Is there a reason?
I can't.
Oh, Nicole?
I'm looking for it.
I like this one. This one,
It's bigger.
yeah.
Here we go.
Closer.
Okay, recommendation
Got to
is
have them on these monitors.
compliance on or by September 27th or $150 per day. And after 3 months of the recordation date, such lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies available under the law. And of course, compliance can be met by apply and obtain required permits.
Okay. Shall I call him back up?
Yeah.
Do you have a picture?
You want to see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he did work without a permit, is that what we're talking about?
Sorry, I'm in trouble today.
It's all right.
Okay, so.
It's a stop work order. Okay.
This is the location of the house. New windows were put in. That's new wiring. That's plumbing, sorry. More plumbing, more electric. Interior of the house was all done. This is on the west side showing new windows. This is kitchen, new drywall was all put in. Bathroom. You can see, excuse me, work material inside the house. This is outside, covered up, some stairway, a doorway, I guess it is. This is the way it looks now. new bathroom, new kitchen. There goes the new windows again. Again, this wasn't there before when I was in the house, so that's been put in this opening. This is towards the back of the house. That's the front.
Gosh, it looks good.
That's again on west side. Again with the front. This is on the east side. You see all new windows. This is a photograph of the posting.
So no permit,
No permit.
one violation.
Yes. This started out as a housing case, and because stop work order mimics the housing case, I rolled it into one. So
Yeah.
with the stop work order.
That's nice, you're being lenient with them, but
Sir, do you understand what needs to be done?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, all right, can I hear a second word?
you know you got till September 27th?
I would like to ask if I could have 90 days to get it in compliance.
What you need to do is, have you applied for the permit as a point?
Not yet, and that's the point where I might need a little bit more time than.
Okay, so the reason you haven't applied, I'm guessing, is there's a reason you can't. What's stopping you from applying for the permit? I mean, this has been going on for a little while now.
Well, I originally, this is a case back from 17. I had not received any correspondence until as of currently. So for about a year or so there, I hadn't gotten any letters from the city or anything in regards to the original case. And so it basically started up just recently, based on resources and availability of people to help me get it done. That's why I would ask for 90 days.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're supposed to have the permit before you start the
Right.
work. And that's what the issue is now. So, I think 90 days for something that's been going on like this for a long time. I don't know,
How does the city feel about it,
I mean, do you,
extended time?
We can, no, we can do 60 days.
60 days, would that do it for you? Yes?
We'll make
That's not bad, that's a good negotiation.
Yes.
Ask for
and
90
if you
going
run into
60.
trouble with those 60 days, then talk to the inspector and
Okay.
they
Right,
can work
yeah.
with you.
It looks good, I mean, it's a nice looking property, so good.
Right.
I'll make a motion.
Okay,
I move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violations on, that'd be October 27th?
Yes.
I believe?
Yes.
2019. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $150 per day for each day, each violation, there's only one, continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. 4.5, case 136-19, Star Cleaners of Tampa Bay, Inc. at 19080 US Highway 19, in violation of Code of Exterior Surfaces, and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Mr. Knight.
Is there any way that we would be able to put this case, 136-19, towards the end of my cases? I left my folder at the office, and Inspector Phillips is going to get it for me.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
We'll move you down.
We'll put a star next to that one there.
Okay. Do you have 137-19? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, fine respondents, Pope Shenandoah Real Estate Management LLC at 1602 Gulf Bay Boulevard in violation of code for sign maintenance and signage without permits, and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met.
Anyone present?
Is there anyone here for
Is this a
that?
declaration?
There's going to be a declaration for signage erected without permits, but the sign maintenance is still in violation.
So you could do separate motions on this.
Okay. You want to handle the declaration?
What page is that?
Page 2.
Page 2?
Yes.
I'll do that. This is a declaration.
For just the permits with signs.
for just the permit.
Yes, just for
Right.
signage erected without.
I move to find the respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case. The violation was corrected prior to today's hearing, and to enter an order that no fine be imposed. If the respondent repeats the violation, the board may order a fine of up to $500 for each day the violation continues to exist.
Second.
In favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Might as well
Motion
do the
carries.
one for the other.
Give you your first one for the other one. I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit of this case. I'm referring to sign maintenance for case 137-19.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay.
Daniel Knight, sign inspector for the city. This is case 137-19 for sign maintenance for 1602 Gulf to Bay Boulevard. The city is asking compliance on or before September 28th of 2019, or a fine of $150 per day that the violation exists. We are asking the board to authorize the following. After 3 months of the recordation date of such lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies under the law. Compliance can be met for sign maintenance by repairing and/or replacing the sign and sign structure so that it's in a good condition, free of any damage, rust, discoloration, mold, mildew, fading, and/or peeling paint or other elements. And just so that we can all see the sign that we're talking about, this is the Foolish Pride tattoo sign on Gulf to Bay. The white sign on this last picture, if you can see, it's hard to see, but there is like rope holding the sign onto the structure itself. That was the sign erected without a permit because it's not the original sign that was put up there. And then this was on 8/23, but then I went back out, and this is the full sign, full picture of the sign. And I went back out yesterday, and that banner style sign has been removed. That was the sign that was originally erected there, but as you can see, it's damaged. The structure itself has rust. It just needs some touch up. They have gotten with the building department, the sign contractor has, and they've discussed fixing it, and it won't exceed 50% of its value, so it can remain there. It won't lose its non-conforming use, but they just need to fix it. The property owner said that the 30 days should be enough time.
Okay. Okay.
Sir, you need to turn off your cell phone, please.
Inspector, so when the cost of a sign is more than half, you said, is that half of the property?
The assessed value of the sign of when it was originally erected, but that's only for signage that has a non-conforming use that doesn't fit today's standards, but still erected. If it goes past that 50% in value, it has to be brought into today's standards.
Gotcha. Did you say half of the assessed value of the property when it was built?
Of the sign.
Of the sign itself.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Madam Chair, can I make a motion for you?
Please.
I moved in an order requiring the respondent to correct the violations on or before September 28, 2019. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $150 per day per violation for each day each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Oh, we got the next one. Case 138-19, Florida Convalescent Centers, Inc. at 3480 North McMullen Booth Road in violation of code for prohibited signage and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if not met, if compliance is not met. Is there anyone here? No? Is that a declaration, Mr.
It is not.
Okay. Could you please come forward? Hi. Please say your name for the record.
Nicholas, Nicholas, Neubauer, Neubauer.
Okay. Do you admit or deny?
We have feather flags. If that's out of violation, we have no idea.
Feather signs are what the city describes them as, defines them as, and I did send out notice and I did receive the certified mail receipt back, and I've spoken to multiple managers at the property.
Did you say feather?
Feather
Feather.
flags are about 6 feet tall. We're very proud to have a new addition to our building. It was to draw attention for that. I guess you came on a Saturday, spoke to a receptionist, and that's the last time we ever had any correspondence with anybody.
I can go through the PowerPoint if you'd like.
Okay, would you have a seat, please?
You want me to make a first motion?
Well, sir, don't go too far. We're going to call you back up.
There was no admission. There's no admission.
Yeah, he didn't.
He didn't admit.
Did you admit, or?
I don't know what I'm,
No.
if I'm out of violation or not.
So that's what
I
they're
would
not.
admit if you're saying I can't have flags, yeah, then I'm guilty.
What?
But
Why don't you go ahead and present, and then we'll let the board make a determination.
Daniel Knight, sign inspector with the city. This is case 138-19 for 3480 North McMullen Booth Road. There's one violation at the property, and it's for code section 3-1804 and 3-1804A for feather signs, which are prohibited. Notice of violation was sent out on 5/3 of 2019 with a compliance date of 6/18/2019, and I did receive the certified mail receipt back signed on 5/13 of this year. So the notice was accepted. This was on 5/2. You see these are the feather signs that are erected in the right-of-way at the property. This is when my original notice went out, or the day after. This was on 7/9, after the compliance date. They were still there in the right-of-way, along with multiple that had been erected up closer to the building. This was on 7/20. This was a Saturday. I was the weekend inspector. All the feather signs that were erected in the right-of-way, I did manually take down and bring into the building. I notified the receptionist and a manager, because I went in and asked to speak with a manager, or at least that's who came and spoke to me when I asked. I told them that no sign is allowed to be erected in the right-of-way, and that feather signs are prohibited within the city of Clearwater, and even the ones erected at the property are not allowed to be up, so they need to come down. These were two other ones that I took down and brought back to the facility. This was on 8/23, which was Friday. The signs up closer that are actually on the property were still erected. This is just a closer shot. Any questions for me?
I have one.
Yes, sir.
So he knew as of June that
Yes.
this was not allowed.
Well, the property owner did. When I send out my notice, I send a copy to the property owner, and I also, the certified mail I send to the property owner, and I send a copy to the business that has the violation. So I don't know whether or not they got it, but I didn't receive that mail back, so I have to assume that at least the facility got it
Okay.
by regular mail.
So your response was from the property owner?
Correct.
Okay, and not from the business?
Manager.
Right, but after, and I forgot to add, I did get a call back from a woman who was talking to me about the feather signs once the property owner got the notice, and I informed her that feather signs were prohibited, and they also had some other temporary signs up what they removed, but the feather signs, they just kept up.
Okay, so the copy of the information that accompanies the letter that you send out, it states the code.
Yes.
Does it state in the code feather signs are not allowed?
Yes, and it actually has the definition of what a feather sign is.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
It's in
If
the
you come
code book.
forward. So you understand that those signs have to go?
Now I do, yes. What was relayed to us from the person is that the right-of-way ones were not allowed. That's why we brought a couple of them towards the entrance of the property when you first walk in the front doors of the building. So yes, he is correct, those remained there. However, the ones that were by the road, so to speak, or closest to the road, those have been gone for months.
Since 7/20.
The reason that we have that code for feather signs is because there is no permits for feather signs. And you can go online and see that, or get a code book from Mr. Knight, who'd be glad to give you one, and I'll have it under signs about feather signs.
Yeah, again, unaware, if you go other places in Clearwater, you see them all over too, and that's why,
Oh, we know, eventually we'll get around.
that's why we're unaware, and we're like, oh, that's a good idea, we'll grab some too.
That code book's
What
very,
did
very
he say?
helpful.
A month?
So, here's where I'm
Sure.
I'm confused, but
Yeah.
you're gonna remove all the signs and all that, I'm sure.
Absolutely, yeah, immediately when I get
So-
back, but
Did
the
anybody,
ones.
did anybody, are you the manager of that business?
No, I'm an employee. I'm actually the one who purchased the feather flags
Okay.
on the internet, and got them.
Well, somebody should read what they send you. If it comes from the city and from a government organization, it's never good news.
Sure.
So you should just go ahead and read it next in your future is my suggestion. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
So he didn't admit.
We still need a,
Well, he's gonna, yes.
Well, you decide.
When do you want him complied by?
Oh, first you have to find him in violation.
Pardon me?
First, we need the violation.
Okay.
bless you. I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, now,
All right, for case 138-19 for feather signs being prohibited, the city is asking compliance on or before September 7th, 2019, which is 10
that
days,
sounds fair.
or a fine of $150 per violation. We are asking the board to authorize the following. After 3 months of the recordation date of such lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city's attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies under the law. Compliance for feather signs being prohibited is by removing all feather signs from the property and refraining from re-erecting any prohibited signage at the property in the future.
I'll make a motion.
And then,
Okay. I move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violations on and before September 7th, 2019. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $150 per day per violation for each day each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
all in favor? Motion carries. Okay. By the 7th of September, they must be down.
They'll be down this afternoon.
There you go.
Thanks, yeah. Have a good day.
Okay. Case 139-19, St. Lucie Enterprises LLC at 1600 South Highland Avenue, in violation of code for prohibitive signage and business tax receipt required, and issue an order with a compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Mr. Knight.
I believe we do have the property owner here.
Hi, sir. Could you give your name and address for the record?
Sure, my name is Maged, and spelled M-A-G-E-D, and last name is Musa, M-O-U-S-S-A.
Do you admit or deny?
Yes, we admit it.
You admit, okay. If you'll
I'd
have a
like
seat.
to state that the violation for feather signs being erected has come into compliance, so the city is seeking a declaration for that violation.
Okay, and the business tax receipt?
Has not come into compliance yet.
So I'll make a first motion on the tax receipt, part of it.
The feather sign.
Or the or the,
There's the declaration.
The other one will be a
He
declaration.
was gonna, he had to write.
Yeah. I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case. That's the sign. Yeah, that's what I said the first time, I'm sorry.
Well, the tenant that we have right now, he did already apply to get a business taxes, and show Mr. Knight that.
And then we're looking for a declaration, because he complied.
for the signs.
Oh, yes,
for the
I know,
sign.
I agree.
Okay. You,
Did you do a declaration?
no, I did the first motion. You want me to do a declaration? This is a declaration on the sign.
Correct.
I move to find the respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case. The violation was corrected prior to today's hearing, and to enter an order that no fine be imposed. If the respondent repeats the violation, the board may order a fine of up to $500 for each day the violation continues to exist.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion
So,
carries.
sounds like you're doing good.
Okay, now the other one.
The-
You want to do business?
Well, we didn't finish that first motion. We
I'll
didn't
make
have
it
a
for you.
second or-
For the BTR,
Right.
I moved to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case. This is for the BTR.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay.
All right.
Now the second motion.
Daniel Knight, sign inspector with the city. This is case 139-19 for 1600 South Highland Avenue. It is a zoning violation for a BTR being required, which is a business tax receipt. The city is seeking compliance on or before September 28th of 2019, or a fine of $150 per day the violation exists. We're asking the board to authorize the following. After 3 months of the recordation date of such lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city's attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, and settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies under the law. And we did that. Compliance can be met for the zoning violation of BTR being required is by obtaining a current business tax receipt with the city of Clearwater or refraining from operating the business until one can be obtained. This is the gas station. It is on Highland and it is the southwest corner of Highland and Bel Air.
Didn't we deal with signs at the last meeting also?
That was on Highland, but it was at a different gas station, a different.
Guy across the street.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just to show that the feather signs were erected. This is a snippet of our database, Acela, and it just shows that there is no active business tax receipt for this business at this address currently. This was on 8/23 to show that the feather signs were removed. And that is that. So they have come in and we've spoken with the BTR specialists, and they know they need to get their state license, and they are working towards getting that business tax receipt.
Okay. So it's a work in progress?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Do I hear a motion, or can I have a motion for,
I move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violation regarding the business tax receipt on or before September 28th, 2019. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $150 per day per violation for each day each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
all in favor?
Excuse me, I'm just really looking for 60 days instead of 30 days, because most of the time it takes times for the reports and stuff to get back from the regulations.
How long have you had the business there, sir?
Well, I work for the landlord, actual. I don't.
It's not
I'm the
yours.
business owner, yeah.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
you're representing your employer.
Yeah, well, we noticed about it, unfortunately, very late as a landlord. We were leaving that to the tenant
Yeah, well, that can be
to
amended.
done with everything. We just got stepped in when we talked to Mr. Knight very lately.
Okay, so what does the city feel about the additional 30 days?
I'll defer to.
Can you work with him?
Because of the state license possibly being an issue, I think 60 days is, I would be agreeable with 60 days.
So there's a state license also?
Yes, they
That
have
is
to get that,
required.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Can you amend your motion?
Yes, I amend the motion that the date should be October 28th, 2019. Fine amount staying the same.
If there's still any problems, get in touch with Mr. Knight, please.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
This has been there quite a while.
Case 14019, find respondents Betty Lane LLC at 311 South Betty Lane in violation of code for business tax receipt, and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Is there someone here from Betty Lane LLC? Nope.
Need a motion?
I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, board. Daniel Knight again, sign inspector for the city. This is 311 South Betty Lane, case 140-19. Again, it's a zoning violation for needing a business tax receipt. The city is asking compliance on or before September 24th of 2019, or a fine of $150 per day that the violation exists. We're asking the board to authorize the following. After 3 months of the recordation date of such lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city's attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies under the law. Compliance can be met for the zoning violation of business tax receipt being required by obtaining a business tax receipt for the apartment rental business at the property, or refrain from operating the business until one can be obtained. A state license may be required to obtain the BTR before it can be issued. This is a Google Maps shot of the apartment complex. I have spoken to the property manager at the beginning of the notice period. We had good communication. I had her phone number. She had come in and applied and then was told she needed a state license because they're renting more than 5 units. And then after I gave her some time to get that corrected, I tried reaching out to her several times and never received any calls back. So that's why we are here today.
Okay.
I moved and enter an order requiring the respondent correct the violations on or before September 24th, 2019. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order of a fine of $150 per day per violation for each day each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We want to go back to the,
4.5.
Well, we go back to the first one?
yep. Case 13619, is that one?
Yes.
Stars Cleaners of Tampa Bay, Inc. at 19080 US Highway 19 in violation of code for exterior surfaces and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met.
I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries, okay.
Daniel Knight, sign inspector with the city. This is 19080 US Highway 19, case 136-19 for exterior surfaces. The city is asking compliance on or before September 28th of 2019, or a fine of $150 per day that the violation exists. We are asking the board to authorize the following. After 3 months of the recordation date of such lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city's attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies under the law. Compliance can be met for the exterior surfaces by repairing and or replacing all exterior surfaces of the buildings at the property so that they are in a secure and attractive manner, free of any damage, rust, mildew, mold, discoloration, and or peeling or fading paint, and paint where needed. This Star Cleaners is just south of Harn Boulevard on US Highway 19 on the west side of 19. This is from the next door property. I was out with this property owner and we were able to see the back end of the Star Cleaners property. This is just a closer picture. Just has a lot of peeling, fading paint. This was on 8/23. They finally at least took the old paint down. This gentleman, in the next couple pictures you will see, in my other part of the slide, he is up painting, so I'm assuming that this is going to be fixed sooner than later.
Okay.
So was this brought to the department's attention?
This was brought to my attention by the property owner just to the south. While I was out there at his property, he showed me the exterior surfaces of that building.
Because you had problems with that gas station there a couple years ago, I think.
The gas station on the other side of
Yeah.
Harn, yeah.
Okay. Do I hear a
I'll make
motion?
a second motion. I move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violations on or before September 28th, 2019. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $150 per day per violation for each day each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Knight.
Thank you, Board.
Okay. Case 14119, five respondents, Zahid Roy at 700 Minnesota Drive in repeat violation for exterior surface, and issue an order that a daily fine be imposed for each day the repeat violation exists. Mr. Jewett. Mr. Roy?
You don't.
Good. Do you admit or deny?
Repeat violation, okay, well, I don't have a problem, I didn't get the original violation. So how would be the repeat violation? Because last violation I have with this property was 2014, which we actually settled. I don't know if you guys remember or not, with the lien and all that stuff. I think Mr. Chairman should remember that.
I remember
Okay,
you
that's
very
a
well.
completely different violation. So if I would have had original violation notice on that, okay,
You had many properties, so
Yeah.
I have to thank.
so I'm talking about a 700 Minnesota Drive. The original violation was, which is a saddle right here, if I can show you.
Mr. Roy, may I say something? If you have one property and it has a problem and you get fined and all that and you resolve it, that transfers to all your other properties the same violation. Is that what happened here?
No.
If I could present, I can.
Okay. This, you need to listen. So I think maybe he should present and admit or
I
deny.
don't need to admit or deny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we asked
He's not
him.
going to admit.
You did
Okay.
ask him.
Good afternoon, Board. Inspector Jude with the City of Clearwater Code Compliance. This is case 141-19. We have one violation there for a repeat violation of Section 3-1502B2 for exterior surfaces. A repeat violation means a violation of a provision of code by a person who has been previously found through a code enforcement board or any other quasi-judicial or judicial process to have violated, or who has admitted violating the same provision within 5 years prior to the violation, notwithstanding the violations occur at different locations. Meaning, again, if you have multiple properties, if you've been violated at one, it applies to all the other properties later on. If you have exterior surface issue, come before the board, and you are found in violation at property 2, if you have exterior surface issue, that's a repeat violation. On January 23rd, 2019, case number 180-18 for 1412 Fort Harrison Avenue was brought before the board for exterior surfaces violation. The board found the property owned by Mr. Roy Zahid, the same property owner as 700 Minnesota Drive, in violation and issued an order with a compliance deadline of February 23rd, 2019, and fined if a compliance was not met. An affidavit of compliance was filed for that location this month, August of 2019. Any question?
Okay, so when you notified Mr. Zahid of this current violation on 700, did you also explain to him the relationship to previous?
Yes, sir, I did.
So this is nothing?
We've had several
He's been,
meetings,
okay.
several phone calls. We've actually had the manager and I out at his property with Mr. Zahid at 700 and explaining all this to him face to face.
So for me to tell him that is just a waste of time. Thank you.
Notice of violation was sent on 7/8/2019. The certified mail was received 7/18. There is no deadline because it is considered a repeat violation, so the fines start occurring when I first find the violation. This is 700 Minnesota. You can see the front of the property has some peeling paint around the doors, the windows, and the soffit and fascia, dirt, mold, and fading and peeling paint. The soffit and fascia, where there's up in the top, you can see there's supposed to be vent covers up there. There's some there, and there's some like this where there's just holes in the soffit. Around the side, again, fading, peeling paint. In the back of the property, the wall that you see closest to you doesn't have any paint on it at all. The bottom of it has fading and peeling paint in the back as well. And again, the side. 813, now we're looking like this, where they've come in, painted some of the trim up top, around the windows. Still have paint issues on the side because they went around and stopped towards the back of the property, where you have one color on one side, then the back end still doesn't have any color back there. Again, down the side, they've painted in the front, down the side on the left-hand side, soffit, window trim, everything is not painted. Again, vent covers. 23rd, I went back to the property last Friday. Again, nothing has changed with the property. Looks exactly the same. Back of the property, you can see where they've painted, and then around back, around the windows and everything, nothing has been done. They did paint the one wall there, but again, dirt, mold. And then I went back yesterday. Nothing has been done to the property. See, the window trim still faded, peeling paint, back of the property as well.
I have two questions.
Yes, sir.
Is the property occupied?
No, sir.
No, okay. And how was it brought to the department's attention?
It was a call-in violation for that property and the property next door to it as well.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So, do you understand now why it's a repeat?
I think with Ken and I, we went there, we looked into everything, okay? That was a meeting I had on the side, okay? Work being done, as you can see over the time, but it's been constantly raining over the weekend. If you paint it, and when it's gonna be rainy day, it's gonna be all over the side of the house. So I have to have that. Not only that, I have other, which is the 1412 property, which is in compliance about a couple of weeks ago. Okay. The biggest problem is I'm not disagreeing with the code enforcement inspector. Okay. The key really is there's sometimes we have a little communication. Maybe my accent, maybe my English is second language. Just like Ms. Phillips. But last hearing I was here, it said that the raw wood, I went out there in the 1412 building and trying to rebuild the entire back of the building, and finally I had a meeting with her and the person one-on-one, and she was saying the raw wood, and I said, you mean the facial of the roof? And I went out there and painted, okay, so that came to compliance. So I think the majority of the problem really is the language barrier, which is not the city fault. My English is my second language. The other thing is that, yes, I do buy rundown properties and I slowly fix them. It takes a lot of time for having a disability and working and providing, and the middle class working class does not have much time. If you work for 40 hours to 60 hours a week and own a small business, you're only going to have a small little window over the weekend to work on your property, which is my retirement. That's what only retirement. I don't have a social security and all that stuff. So what I do for over past 20, 30 years, I've been in Clearwater. I always buy rundown properties. The people who used to be in an area inspect a lot of change coming to our city, they knew me personally. They drove by and they said, oh, you bought that property? Great, fix it up. So just give me some time and I comply with it, okay? It's just need a little extra time, okay, and I will get that. Back walls are painted already. So the only thing is the window area being painted and the screening, and I will get that done. Over the weekend I have to do it, okay, because the business day I'm open for my business, so I can't do it over the weekday.
If you'll have a seat, let's talk to the city.
Thanks.
We still need to.
Mhm.
Would like to note that I had no problem understanding what he was saying when we were at the property, and I was physically pointing out all the locations that needed to be come into compliance while we were all standing in the rain. For this, since this is a repeat violation, there's no due date. It's a $500 a day fine from the day I saw it. So 57 days from July 2nd to August 28th, $28,500. is what we're recommending.
Could you repeat that, sir? From what date?
July 2nd to August 28th,
And the amount?
$28,500.
What was the daily?
500, that's, repeat violation is $500 a day fine.
So, it is now in compliance?
No,
Or
sir.
are you just saying at
This
this
is
point?
because we
this
have
is
come
where-
to this
where
point
we
at the
run out?
code board date. I can
This is where
can
the
start
meeting
over,
is. Okay.
starting tomorrow and do a whole new repeat violation.
I'm hard of hearing. That 28,000, was that even?
28,500. Yes.
Just to be clear, the $500 is the maximum fine.
Right.
Right.
The board can issue.
And I would like to also note there are other cases ongoing with this property. And this property has been owned for a while.
Miscommunication problem.
Doesn't exist, at least it doesn't exist through me.
Hocus pocus.
I don't know.
And Inspector Drew, just so we're on the record, has, and we know which is a repeat violation, but this gentleman has been brought before the code board more than once.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so when we talk about fines, the code talks about gravity and corrective actions and also any other violations that have occurred. And so really the reason we're pushing for the 500, unfortunately, is because the gentleman just doesn't seem to understand that these laws mean something. And that's, well, at least that's the city's position.
No, I agree.
Madam Chairman, I feel that Mr. Zaid is very capable in his command of the English language. He knows what's going on. Personally, I think we should leave it stay at 500. And since it's going to continue after today, and based on how quickly he resolves this whole issue and gets it done, we could maybe look at the fine amount at another date.
Yeah.
But it rains, but you know, I'm old, I'm retired, and my wife has this big list for me, and I'm out there painting in the rain now. So it's raining days, but it didn't rain every day. There's a lot of excuses. It needs to be done, it needs to be done quickly. If you look towards this board to do something about the fine amount, that's what I feel.
Any other comments?
No, I kind of agree. I kind of agree. You know, if we impose this amount and he complies within 30 days, and he can come back, ask for a relief, I mean, he could.
Mr. Chairman, I have one quick question.
I'm not the chairman, sir.
Chair lady is here.
Okay, one quick question. Also, the legal counsel of the city. Let's say I have one or two cars, and I'm driving on a road, I got pulled over, speeding, okay? And the car one of my cars is parked at a house, has expired tag. Are you gonna attach that tag to the violation to me too?
We're not the
So each
DMV,
property
sir.
is an individual property, individual identity, individual parcel in a code system. So you can't give me a repeat violation on 1412 on my second property, okay? I would strongly recommend to study Florida State Chapter
Sorry, I don't
162.
mean to interrupt you, but you really should address your own.
Yeah, you need to talk.
So please do not attach my all properties, okay, as a repeat violation, because I always buy rundown property. I've been doing that for almost 30 years in the city of Clearwater. I grew up here, this is my city, and I'm always bringing it up to code. The other thing is,
Excuse me,
I would
when did
also,
you buy this property?
yes, I do buy those.
When did you buy this property?
I bought this, which one? No, we're
Well,
talking.
we're here about 700.
700, I bought it in 2009.
Well, now.
In 2011, I'm sorry.
So from 2011 till.
It's been
the other
fixed.
day, It has not been fixed because he found it unfixed. Come on.
Okay,
May I turn this on, please?
the issue is, we can't write the code is there, we just,
I understand that, but this is certified the lien.
Sir, you need to quit buying properties till you can bring them in compliance when you buy.
It was in compliance, I was holding right here the compliance.
It's not in compliance, or you wouldn't.
This is also was a lien in 2014, settled. Okay? And also the code is used are completely different, the code he's giving me the repeat violation. Okay, I may be from third world country, but when I was a little kid in a private preschool, we always was teach A as a apple, B has a boy, C has a Charlie. If you really look at it, the code violation originally was a dash B. Now he's dash C. Now he's giving me the code violation as a dash C. There's two different code, which is exterior surface. It was never been a violation on a property.
Mr.
Existing exterior surface. It was a window, door and window shall be properly shut and sealed.
Would you please have a seat?
Sure.
Okay. Can I have a motion?
Yeah, first motion. Repeat violation exists. I move to find.
Sir, you're out of, you need to go back.
You're out of line.
You're not helping your case at all, sir.
No, I thought it was that you want that.
You're out of line, you're out of order.
You can enter that into evidence if you'd like.
Oh, to them? Who wants it?
That becomes now property of the city and it will be entered
I
into.
should have told you.
It's all right, it scared you.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
All right, she
I thought
asked
maybe bring it over to her, I didn't mean to.
Just have a seat,
Okay.
please. All right.
Repeat violation, first motion, repeat violation exists. I move to find the respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case, and has committed a repeat violation.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay?
Ready to make a second motion? or-
Yep.
I move that in order that a fine of $28,500 per day, of $500 per day be imposed for the 57 days the repeat violation existed, for a total fine of $28,500 payable within 45 days. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien. If the respondent repeats the violation, the board may order a fine of up to $500 for each day the violation continues to exist.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Yeah. He's scary.
wanted in evidence, that's why he said.
Yes, I want, but those are my copies. Can I have
Well, if
that?
it's in evidence, we keep it. You
Okay,
can
I've
get
got
copies
copies.
of it. You can come and get copies, not right now.
Okay. Ready? Case 14219, fine respondents Beverly.
No, I've got another one coming. I'm not going anywhere. Deal with this thing legally now.
Side out.
Nothing more than harassment.
So you're out of order. You're out of order. You're not only rude, but you're out of order. All right? The chairman was talking.
No, I got another violation coming, I'm just gonna go.
I know, but you're too loud.
For 142, for 1913,
14219.
we're asking for it to be continued until September 25th.
Continued.
Continue.
Till when?
The next code board, September 25th, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
14219.
This automatically will be continued, you don't have to take any action.
Okay. All right, ready? Case 14319, find Kroger Gene A Estate at 135 Brightwater Drive, number 4, in violation of code for abandoned building, and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Mr. Dixon.
I don't believe anybody's here. Good afternoon, I'm Inspector Dixon, City of Clearwater Code Compliance. This is case 143-19 for 135 Brightwater Drive. There's one violation for abandoned building. I'm requesting compliance on or before 9/25/2019 or a fine of $150 per day per violation if compliance is not met. After 3 months from the recordation date of such lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, the City Attorney's Office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies available under the law. Compliance can be met for abandoned building by having all code violations addressed, have current utilities turned on, have the structure occupied, or by selling the property or have the property demolished. The water's been off since last year. I think it's been vacant for a little bit longer than that. The previous owners passed away. I was in contact with one of their sons, but I can't get in contact with them anymore. And the property's just sitting there. It's out on Brightwater. Looks like it used to be a small little hotel. It's just vacant now.
So there's no one here for the, okay.
First,
First,
I
please,
move to find the respondent was invited.
is in.
I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries, okay? So,
Oh, I'm sorry, did I go too fast?
Oh, we're with you.
Well, I gave my recommendation, compliance on or before 9/25 or a $150 day fine.
okay. All right, second motion?
Second motion, I move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violations on or before September 25th, 2019. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $150 per day per violation for each day each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. Should we go to the next one? Case 14419, fine respondents Vincent Mururi and Lavina Vargas at 1290 Edenville Avenue in violation of code for exterior services in abandoned building and issue an order with a compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Is there anyone here for this case? No?
Need a motion?
I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay.
Good afternoon, Greg Dixon, Code Inspector with the City of Clearwater. This is for 1290 Edenville Avenue, case number 145-19. There's 2 violations here for abandoned building and exterior surfaces. Requesting compliance on or before 9/25/2019 or a fine of $150 per day per violation if compliance is not met. After 3 months from the recordation date of such lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, the City Attorney's Office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies under the law. Compliance can be met for abandoned building by having all code violations addressed, have current utilities turned on, and have the home occupied, or by selling the property or have the property demolished. Compliance can be met for exterior surfaces by replacing any defective structural or decorative elements of any building wall and ensure all exterior surfaces are free of mildew, rust, loose material, and faded or peeling paint. The last time water was on at this building was 2011. Here's a picture in May. It's kind of hard to see the mold and mildew through the bushes, but they get removed later on. Here's the side of the building with mold and mildew, failing paint. Here's the other side. And here's a picture from this week. The bushes have been removed so you can see that the front's peeling paint and mold. I had spoken to the guy, he's an older gentleman from New York, and they did clean some mold off of the building, but nothing ever happened with it. And then I haven't had any contact with him until he called the office today. So,
Where is Edenville, roughly?
Tropic Hills.
Where?
Tropic Hills?
Off 19, right?
Yeah.
Off
US
19.
19.
Or before that. How about the property taxes? Have they been paid?
Mm-hmm.
They have.
I talked to the neighbors, they said they bought the house like 20 years ago. They saw him one summer for a few weeks and never again. So I don't know.
Somebody's mowing the yard, right?
Yeah, after I got on him about that a year ago.
Ah.
But nothing's happening with the building. It's just a vacant home in the neighborhood.
How about the water bill? That keeps coming, right?
No, the water's been off since 2011.
But still at a cruise, right?
No.
No, they paid it and then shut it off. That's why we consider an abandoned building. I mean, if there's no utilities, then it's just an abandoned.
That's not a bad area there.
It's a nice area.
I have a motion?
I'll make a motion, second motion. I move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violations on or before September 25th, 2019. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $150 per day per violation. I think there's 2, right? For each day each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. Case 14519, fine respondents Patton Joseph Delphine Trust at 51 Verbena Street in violation of code for abandoned building, and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Okay. No one? Okay.
I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. This is right around the corner.
Property out on the beach, 51 Verbena. I'm Greg Dixon, Code Inspector, City of Clearwater. This is for case 145-19. There's one violation for abandoned building. Request compliance on or before 9/25/2019 or fine of $150 per day per violation if compliance is not met. After 3 months from the recordation date of such lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies available under the law. Compliance can be met for the abandoned building by having all code violations addressed, have current utilities turned on, and have the home occupied, or by selling the property or have the property demolished. The water has been off since 2013. This is another case where a family member passed away and the home's just sat vacant. I have spoken with the daughter, and she kept assuring me that somebody was going to move in the home, but this has dragged on for about a year now. So I'm bringing it to the code board.
Homes in disrepair too. It's on my walk on the beach. Yeah.
Yeah.
Show a picture of that, Mr. Dixon. That one, okay.
They did start cutting the grass. The city's abated the grass quite a few times, but here of late they started cutting it.
This doesn't deal with that, well, it doesn't respect. Mr. Dixon's been very busy in the North Beach area. There's red signs everywhere, and he's getting tremendous response because all these properties are cleaning up magically. You're to be congratulated. The department's to be congratulated.
Well, thank you.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I have for this property.
On motion?
Second.
Yeah.
I move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violations on or before September 25th, 2019. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $150 per day per violation for each day each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. Case 14619, 3077 Duxbury Court Land Trust, PDK Unlimited Inc. Trust at 3077 Duxbury Court, in violation of code for short-term rental and residential rental business tax receipt, and issue an order for compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Ms. Phillips?
I'll be requesting a declaration of violation for this case.
I move to find the respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case. The violation was corrected prior to today's hearing, and to enter an order that no fine be imposed. If the respondent repeats the violation, the board may order a fine of up to $500 for each day the violation continues to exist.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. Case 14719, Cambria Paradise LLC at 18 Cambria Street, in violation code for short-term rental, and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met.
I'll also be requesting a declaration of violation. The owners are present. I'm not sure if they'd like to speak, but they are in compliance.
Okay.
Okay. I move to find the respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case. The violation was corrected prior to today's hearing, and to enter an order that no fine be imposed. If the respondent repeats the violation, the board may order a fine of up to $500 for each day the violation continues to exist.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Can I say one thing?
Sure.
Certainly.
I just wanted to record this.
If you could just state your name.
My name is AJ, AJAY. Last name Main, M-A-N-E.
I knew it.
I'm sorry, I can't.
AJAY.
AJAY. Last name Main, M-A-N-E.
Thank you.
The house is in the tourist district, and we're talking to a consultant to see if it can be converted into a short-term rental. So we are compliant now based on the code. We do understand the code now. But I just wanted to make sure that this should not preclude us if we do decide down the line to convert it into a short-term rental.
Okay. Can't think that it would, but I don't know.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that this should not cause us a problem. Yeah. Okay.
Well, thanks for coming in. Okay. That's all right. You know what? We're gonna take your phone away from you if you don't stop.
I know, I'm sorry.
Case 14819.
I'm sorry.
Platzer, Maria T. Living Trust, Platzer Maria T. Trust at 620 Edenville Avenue, in violation of code for home occupation, vehicle parking, and commercial vehicle in residential zoning district, and issue an order with a compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Is there anyone here for this case? Would you come forward, please? And please state your name.
I'm Charles Boyd, and I'm an executor of the estate. My mom's very sick, so this doesn't really concern my mother. This concerns my business.
Would you spell your last name?
Voight, Charles.
Do you admit or deny this?
What is coming to is I want to continue this. I'm going to assault my attorney because of Florida State Statute 1995, Chapter 337. And as soon as I get done talking to him, then we can continue this. And then, because I'm taking care of my 86-year-old mother, there's nothing wrong with anybody's business or home on our street. It's a very good neighborhood, and this is the second time I'm here about me conducting business, okay? And so now I would like to speak to my attorney and have a continuance to your next meeting, and then we can finalize this, okay?
Okay, if you'll have a seat, what do you have to say about this? What's the city say?
I have no idea. Well, you have a copy of the statute that you just said. What's your attorney's name?
Boyd. My name?
You said you're meeting with the...
Yes, I haven't been able to talk to my attorney. I've been taking care of my sick mother. I have Mr. Michaels out of Tampa.
Why isn't he here today?
Pardon me?
Why isn't your lawyer here today?
Well, because I want to speak to him because of what I've read in Chapter 337 of the Florida. I have my own law books, thank you. FS 1995, Chapter 337, which is contract, expression, and disposal and use of property.
Okay, Mr. Voigt, please have a seat.
Yes,
I want to
ma'am.
hear from the inspector.
Thank you.
So that's a denying.
Good afternoon, Board. My name is Daniel Kasman, Code Inspector for the City of Clearwater. This is case number 148-19 for 620 Edenville Avenue. There are two violations here, Code Section 3-1102.7 for home occupation vehicle parking, and Code Section 3-1407A2E and 3-1407A4A for a commercial vehicle between the principal structure and the right-of-way and a commercial vehicle in the residential zoning district. Notice of violation for this case was sent out on May 10th of 2019 with a compliance date of June 7th of 2019. The certified mail receipt was received on May 20th of 2019. This is the residence, 620 Edenville Avenue. The issue is the large commercial vehicle, oversized, greater than 7 feet tall, is not permitted to be parked in a residential area. The other issue is advertising on the smaller vehicle here. This property was brought forward a few months ago for an inoperative vehicle because the vehicle is not displaying a license plate or tag, but that has been remedied. This was on, again, May 3rd. The other issue being the commercial vehicle itself is advertising for the business that is registered to the home on the side, just by merit of being there. This is another picture of the smaller vehicle where it's also, there's a decal on the side, again in May. Went back in June, on the 7th. The decal is still on the side of the larger truck and the smaller truck, again on June 12th. Went back on the 21st. He did purchase little magnetic strips to cover up the smaller vehicle's decal, which is allowed and okay. But the issue is still that there is a commercial vehicle at the home and it in itself is advertising for the business, which is registered to the home. Went back on the 26th of July and the vehicle's still there. And went back on the 23rd, 5 days ago, and the vehicle is still there. And here's a better picture of it. Now, this is a copy of the home occupation. This is a copy of Charlie's BTR, and then I would also have his own home occupation affidavit where he signs and says that he is aware that he's not allowed to advertise at the residential home, which is also signed by him. So,
What was the date of that?
this, I believe it was May 31st, 2016. Is when he registered the business with the city of Clearwater and signed these documents. Now here are the home occupation regulations. These are the rules. On this page though, which is highlighted, no marked vehicles or equipment used in conjunction with the home occupation shall be parked on the property or contiguous street right-of-way as to identify, advertise, or otherwise attract attention to the occupation. And this is Charlie's signature right here. Do you have any other questions for me?
Have you been in continual contact with him about the issue?
I've spoken with him initially. I've driven by to take photos. Charlie keeps, his argument was that the area was zoned commercial, therefore he's allowed to have those vehicles here. I showed him clearly on our engineering atlases that it is not zoned residential. Since bringing this forward, we haven't had any communication, but he's expressed that there's a way that he is right on this.
Okay, all right. Board, any questions?
What are we doing on the first violation?
You want to go to recommendations or?
Yeah.
I'm requesting compliance on it before September 2nd, 2019, or a fine of $150 per day per violation for each day the violations continue to exist. In this case, if it was both, it would be up to $300 per day, since there's 2 violations.
Thank you.
So, he has asked for a continuation, I believe. He said he wanted to talk to his attorney. I don't know, what does the city wants to do?
I think I asked, what was the attorney's name? I mean, I might know the gentleman.
Mr. Michaels.
Okay. But this has been an ongoing case since May, correct?
He's been aware since May. It was given over a month to take care of the issue. Just says he just does not want to.
Okay. Should I call him back out?
Yeah.
Okay, have a seat. Mr. Boyd?
We came here and I straightened this out the first time. And then he came back as soon as I left here and it came up for the 5 days to make sure that the small truck had the plates back on and made me jog everything around. Okay, so I did that. But my mother's been sick and he knows this. I've told him, he's caught me out there as I was leaving. I might have been gone with my truck. I haven't been able to leave that much. I spend half my day in my house taking care of my 86-year-old mother. And since she's getting worse and it's not getting any better. But I promised her she could stay at home until whatever. I would never put her in a home. No. I've been around. I've been to the Oaks. I've been to all these other places that have nursing people, and I'm not doing it. So I'm spending more time. But even though I do leave, and I have a log of how much work I've done, and I've had to put that back into everything's on me. I don't have any other family members to help me, so I have to spend my time to make sure she's up and walking, moving around, and on the phone. My phone rang, that was her, and I don't know what she wanted. I just pushed a button when you heard it ring. I did not answer it. I had to stay and be quiet, okay? So what I'm asking is that I get to talk to my personal attorney, Mr. Michaels, all right? And then we'll come on the next one, and we'll either have it moved or whatever. I can't afford a commercial building right now. That's what he's expecting. He's expecting small business people, and he's done this for more than this one. All them people, he went through the whole subdivision. It's a working subdivision.
I understand you have issues, but this has been ongoing since May.
No, this is not. I was here for this one, and I settled it. The 5 days that you told me to do everything, I swapped everything around except for the big truck. That is my work truck. I am a 24-hour call in this city, for people. I gave a lady last month an air conditioner because she didn't have one. I went and bought it out of my personal pocket. She didn't have no money. I called my friend. Her vehicle wasn't running. I help our community.
If you'll have a seat. Any issues, any questions?
You know, Mr. Voigt,
Sir?
I admire any person that takes care of their mother, So my hat's
I
off
have to
you.
take care, I have to do this. There's
No,
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 there's
I had a
no other way
mother, and
around
I
this.
took care of her to the end. But you gotta understand, we're looking for compliance.
Okay, but you expect me to go get a commercial building out of.
No, we don't expect
Well, I
that.
mean, we want me
We
to
just
do it
want
like
you to
something.
comply.
It's not a bad looking truck. It represents the
You
town
signed,
itself.
you
It
signed a
looks-
letter back in
Look at my
May
truck. If you look at my
acknowledging.
truck, it represents Clearwater Beach. That's what it says on it.
Mr. Voigt, you and I have met.
Yes, sir, we've met.
Okay. My best friend owned a home right next door to you when
And
we
they sold
met
that.
back in May, okay? He sold that home. Your truck has been there for a very long time. I told you then how to get a code book. I even told you the codes. You told me that was commercial.
My house was the only house. My house was actually a
You've been
assisted nursing
told.
home.
Done first, haven't we?
Personally by me
First
and
motion.
others about that.
Let's make sure there's only one person, I'm sorry, make sure there's only one person talking at a time.
The whole issue is the commercial truck right now. And you've been told that by me, by helping you, telling you about the code book, everything. You've been told. You come in here like this is the first time you've heard this.
Because he told me when he came back after I did all them other things and swapped all the other vehicles around, he come back and he says, I'm still gonna get that truck.
But the truck is still,
He
it's
said, no, it's
been
been
there
on
for
the
over a
road for 10
year.
years.
It's still
Okay,
there.
okay. I have a motion, please. First motion.
I'll make a first motion. I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Second motion.
Second motion, I move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violations on or before September 2nd, 2019. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $150 per day per violation for each day each violation continues to exist.
And there's 2 violations.
Right.
Correct. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So you're
Motion
telling me you're
carries.
giving me 2 days,
No, sir. That's not correct.
September 2nd.
You signed a form back in May.
But everybody signs that form, they're in there and they gotta do the paperwork and get out of there. I've been in business, this is my 7th year.
Okay, I know.
I haven't had no problem
have
with
only
about nothing
yourself.
except this and him.
Sir, just,
Sir.
Mr. Katzman, if he
Yes.
moves the truck somewhere in a proper parking space, like in a lot somewhere, a paid lot of that, he's in compliance, right? The truck.
The issue is that he cannot have the truck at a residential home. It's
Right.
too oversized because it's a commercial vehicle. Also, he's using it to advertise his business.
Right,
Because
so
it's
if he
on the side of
moves
the truck.
that truck from that property and it's not there, so park your truck somewhere else.
I'm at Home Depot all the time, except when he comes by, I just happen to be taking my mom to the doctor or something. I don't know what it is, it's just bad. But my people
Sir,
don't wanna do business
I'm
with you unless
trying-
they have your
all I'm
name on
trying
your
to
truck.
tell you,
Who wants to do business with somebody, they don't know you? I have my business license on my
I'm sure all
truck.
your neighbors know that you're in the.
My
business.
neighbors have never bothered with any of it.
So they're the only ones you have to worry about.
That's not
seeing
true,
that
you
truck.
know.
There's 8 or 9, 10
Parking
different
somewhere else.
businesses on our street, they bring their truck home every night because they're on call. Air conditioning people, plumbers, everybody, small business people. And that's what you're
your truck's
taxing.
not 7 feet tall either, so, sir, that's it.
Okay, you gave me 3 days then, that's what you did.
And I personally gave all of them code books too, so they would know.
Well, let me ask you this, sir. How long would you need to find a place to park
I
your
don't know,
truck?
30 days, that's what I said, let me talk to my lawyer. I'll ask for something
All right,
reasonable.
we'll
No,
give
not 30 days, talk to your lawyer, 30 days
No,
to move your
to
truck.
figure out what he tells me and.
No, that's not what we're asking you. The attorney's asking you, how long do you need to move your truck? Not to
30
talk to your
days.
attorney.
30 days, okay. Can you amend your second order?
Yeah, so getting back
Did you-
to
Was it you?
case 148-19, I amend that to October 2nd, 2019.
Okay,
So you got a little over
Reasonable.
30, you got over 30 days,
Need a
okay?
second and
Need a second.
do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
All
Amended
right,
motion.
good luck.
I usually do everything, I help everybody, you
Okay.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when I ask something, because I got my hands full every
Okay.
day, you don't understand, I can't hardly go to work because I.
Sir, we understand. We're here too because we try to help people. We're all
I
volunteers.
don't see anybody helping anybody unless you're gonna give me a commercial bill.
We're helping you. We just gave you extra time. We just gave you extra time. We can take that back if you want.
Okay,
We just gave you extra
Case is
time, didn't we?
done.
That's helping you.
I mean, yeah, you wanna find me a commercial building?
Good
then-
day, sir. Good day, Mr. Boyd.
Okay.
Let's end this, please.
Unfinished business. Affidavits of compliance. Do I have a motion?
You gotta find the sheet.
Are there any of these we're doing separately, or?
I move to accept the affidavits of compliance as listed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Now comes the non-compliance. That's why I think all those people are up there.
Right, now you have to do the non-compliant.
Non-compliance individuals.
Yeah, I would ask them.
Is that 7?
If there's anyone here.
Just ask if they're here.
Are there anyone here for the non-compliance cases?
Yes, Madam Chairman, we have one lady right here.
Would you come forward, please?
I don't know what case she's with, but she's here.
Hi. Would you say your name, please?
Yes, Jill Strum. Yes.
Which case are you?
Could you say come up right? Case 53-19.
So 5.4 on the.
5.4.
5.4, right.
Okay, Jill.
Strum. STRU. M like in Mary. P like in Peter. F like in Frank.
Shouldn't we address 5.3 first?
Thank you.
That was not, that was already accepted.
Okay. In what relation are you to this case?
Yes, I'm the property manager of, it's a retail strip center on Drew Street.
Okay.
My company is Bruce Strum, Inc.
All right. Is Mr. Cantrell here? Can you speak to this case, please?
Stay. Stay here. Don't stay here. Okay. Hello.
Hi.
Okay, this is 1878 Drew. Let me pull up the. there we go. This case was brought to you back in March. The property was found in violation, given a compliance date of April 27th, 2019. I did speak with Jill sometime within that month and agreed to go ahead and extend it an additional 30 days so that she could try to, rectify the situation. She's having a roof issue. This is an unsafe case. As you can see, it is on the north side of Drew Street, just east of Keene. This is the property. This was back in March when I originally went. You can see right underneath the overhang, you'll see the area of decay there. This photo is again this week on Monday, showing it is still there. Again on Monday. And then this photo was this morning.
Okay.
So all they've done is put the safety cones out so people don't walk underneath it.
As far as I know, yes.
Yes,
But
okay.
she has some.
Inspector, when does this become a repeat?
It's not, well.
No, it's not. I'm just wondering.
At the next violation, it would have to come into compliance, or if they own another property, and had the same violation, that would be a repeat.
Is she aware of that? Have you told her that, or?
No.
Jill, what is the issue here?
So we actually cut that out. It didn't fall down. We actually cut
Okay.
that area open because we're having issues with the roof. And we multiple times tried to repair the roof because it's leaking. So now we have put bids out and we're gonna actually replace the entire roof. I can't close that up until I get the roof repair. Actually, I'm tearing the roof off and putting a new roof on. And I can't fix that until I get the roof, the water.
It still is non-compliant.
I have to stop the leaking. And it's just with this time of year, I mean, I have the proposal, but now it's gonna take, a roofer will not tear off a roof during this time of year. You can't have any rainy days they won't tear it off. So I'm trying to I've gone to a third roofer to see how quick we can get it done. And they're so busy, I mean, but I'm doing my best.
Well, this still is not in compliance.
Yes, I mean, I can close it up and fix it, but it's still gonna drip. We've slowed down the water, we've tarped it, we've repaired it. I can close it up.
So the question is, this has been going on for 5 months.
I know, it's been almost, because of the roof, it's,
Ma'am.
okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, so we have a rainy season, and what you're saying now is right, and this time of the year, getting roofers, good luck, they're hard to get hold of, as they're all busy. Understand that, but there still was April, and it wasn't that rainy in April, and there was May, it could have been repaired there. So it seems to me that you manage the property, but you don't own it, right?
Correct.
So then, how much support are you getting from the owner?
So what we tried to do was repair it. Okay? We were trying to repair it. It would stop, and then came back. So then it was determined that the best solution was to replace the roof.
Okay.
And
It's still in non-compliance.
oh, I'm not,
yeah.
yes, I'm not disagreeing. I'm doing my best. Replacing the roof is a large expense. So yes, the owners were a little hesitant, but I've got the finance, I've got them to approve the new roof. We also have to tear it off. It can't be roofed over. I'm not gonna,
Right.
yeah.
When it's repaired and ready to go, you can contact Mr. Kimtrell.
Oh, when the whole new roof is on, I'm gonna redo the whole under canopy of this.
But the
We're
problem
gonna
is,
find
right
it in
now,
non-compliance.
you're not in compliance. and
Yes, I'm
we
just
have to
asking
find
for
it.
more time to get it in compliance.
No.
So Jill, you don't own this property?
No, I don't.
No? When you're done, I have a question for the inspector. If I may.
Is there something the city wants to do differently on this? No.
Just procedurally.
Yeah, the notice of violation actually occurred in January,
January.
the last day of
Okay,
January, so February.
Yes, but
You know, you're not in compliance, and you've had 9 months to do it.
Yes, I
So-
called him because I didn't, the notice was either, I'm not saying we didn't get it at the office, but I did call him because it was totally not seen in my office till I called him on April 23rd. So yes.
Wow.
We got the certified mail receipt
in
February.
I didn't say we didn't get it. I said, I'm not denying or trying to make any excuses, that it got lost and overlooked in my office.
Okay, so it was addressed to your office
Well, I got it, it was sent to my office, yes.
from the city?
Yes.
Not from the owner?
Okay.
Correct, yes,
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yes.
All right. If you'll have a seat, please.
I have a question if I may.
Okay.
How come we're not putting the pressure on the owner?
The pressure is on the owner. I did cite the owner.
So she's representing the owner?
She's here to represent.
We always notify the owner,
Yeah,
because that's the only
exactly.
person that we can put a lien against.
Right.
Okay. Are there,
Okay, thank you.
It's not in compliance. I mean, it's.
Right, we're gonna-
And it's not gonna be in compliance for a couple months.
It appears that.
I mean, just the way it is running with roofers right now. So.
Okay.
It's a fact.
Even a temporary fix would be better
does it need,
than
no,
nothing.
it's,
Okay.
Just don't imply it.
So, Madam Chairman, I think we should let this stand and let
We
it
will.
continue and vote it, address
Are
it as
there
being
any
in
other-
non-compliance.
people for the affidavits of non-compliance? What?
Right. You have to decide this one individually.
We do.
We do? Okay.
I mean, just so is your normal protocol in these situations, depending on what you decide, is that you accept the affidavit of non-compliance, they come in compliance and then come back before you
Right.
as the reasoning to reduce the fund.
We can do that.
So that's your normal.
So we need a first.
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it.
I move to accept the affidavit of non-compliance for case 53-19 and issue an order that states that fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed. The city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Do you want to do each one individually?
No, you can, if there's no one else here, you can do
Okay.
all of them All the
Okay.
remaining
You
ones.
want to do the remaining ones?
Yeah, I move to accept the affidavit of noncompliance for the remaining cases and issue an order that states that fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed. The city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. Nuisance abatement lien filings. I've forgotten how we handle these.
We've got 100.
Got a lot.
I'd ask Andy, do we do them individually or?
Individually, Andy?
I would ask if anyone's here to speak on the nuisance abatement liens.
Well, Mr. Onks was here for 7.7.
And that one he's already put on the record.
Yeah, 7.7 is done.
Would you
You're
come
here on
forward,
the
please?
nuisance abatement liens?
7.1.
You can come up.
Is that, are they here?
I think he's coming.
7.1.
Yeah, I just asked each one of them.
Yeah.
You're pretty good at what you do.
Hmm?
You're pretty good at what you do.
Okay, sir, will you please say your name for the record?
Certainly. My name is Andrew Hupp, and I reside at 745 Bay Esplanade.
Okay. And this is case 14919,
Correct.
and you disagree with accepting this nuisance?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you explain?
I would like to have Mr. Kasman, he was at the property today, I believe, and I don't know what his report states today, so maybe he
Okay.
could present that to you
You'll
all.
have a seat, Mr. Casman.
All right, Daniel Kasman, City of Clearwater Code Compliance, Code Inspector. This is case number 149-19 for 2347 Gulf to Bay. There's one violation at this lot for accumulation and placement of nuisances and lot clearing. Notice of violation was sent on June 26th of 2019 with compliance date of July 10th, 2019. Certified mail receipt was received on July 3rd of 2019, and then an affidavit of service was hand delivered on August 13th of 2019. This is pictures taken in August, but they're just to frame the property, give proper reference. It's a large lot next to the O'Reillys off of Gulf to Bay. This is one side of it, and this is the other side of it. This yellow arrow is pointing to a drainage swale in the back where most of the issues on the property are occurring. This is a little pathway that people walk through. There's a trailer park right behind there, but the area is also high in transient activity. I was first brought out here in the beginning of June. There was a citizen complaint about transient activity. I went out, noticed some garbage in the area, some garbage. This is the swale that the yellow arrow was referencing before. There was some garbage. I was told somebody was living in a palm tree. They had a little camp set up. I looked at the property, had a number for Epic Development under the property, gave them a call, spoke with someone. They said they would take care of it. I went back on the 26th after receiving a complaint from the PD about transient activity again. This is the swale. There's more garbage in there. This is the palm tree where someone had made a little camp. They had some cardboard and some canvas material. The lot was overgrown up front. So I posted the property on the 26th with this the compliance date for debris and for overgrowth. Went back on the 11th. This was the day after. The garbage was still in the swale. There's still overgrowth. It had been raining a lot, so I decided not to bring it to code board on that date. Decided to give it a week because it had been raining so much. Went back on the 18th. The garbage still in the swale again. Property's still overgrown, greater than a foot in height. Went back on the 25th, again, the tires in the pit, still the same amount of garbage, more garbage. The camp inside the palm tree is still there. Went back on the 19th, they cut out a little bit of the overgrowth of the palm to clear out some of those materials, but there's still beer cans and bottles in there. The swale, still, there was some cleanup, but not to completion. And then someone else had set up another camp next to the wall with shopping cart and some canned goods and some shoes for their materials. Went back on the 23rd, same situation. Someone's also been dumping fluorescent bulbs on the property. A little bit less garbage than there was. For just reference, this is the O'Reilly's swale right next door, and this is their swale, which in my opinion provides a lot of cover and incentive for transient activity in the area. Went back on the 28th just to have material for this day's code board. Again, shopping cart is still back there, swale is growing even more. Another one of the big issues, part of the lot clearing, or part of the placement of abundance or placement of nuisances, is that when the palm trees aren't cut and they're allowed to overgrow like this, they provide areas for transients to use or just for areas for garbage to pile up in as it blows by. Again, that's the palm tree that was being utilized as a small camp. This pile of debris has been there for a while, and the fluorescent bulbs are all still there. Yeah, anyone have any questions?
Wow. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. That was a good presentation. Thank you.
Hi.
So I originally purchased the Saturn dealership prior to developing the O'Reilly Auto Parts, which I developed and sold. And I have been in permitting with the city of Clearwater for probably 2.5 years, where I was kicked out because I went through CBD to get special approval. And that time frame was not renewed by my tenant, AAA Auto, which they're relocating from behind Gulf to Bay, north of that to this location. I'm going to be building this facility. I recently resubmitted to go back to CBD to get another 1-year extension renewal. We had a stormwater issue, whereas DOT wouldn't accept our water, and also the city wouldn't allow us to convey the water south down through the mobile home park, which I have a easement for drainage through that property. So we've been fighting with the city for probably 1.5 years on that issue. Over that time frame, I've posted the property, as noted in those signs, for the police to monitor this place. I've called the police probably 20 times to keep the transients out of here. I have a mobile home park to the east, to the west, and to the south. They're all rentals. So what happens when they get evicted? They end up on my property. There's 15 transients sitting outside the library right now. If you go along the causeway, you'll find transient camps that Mr. Casman used to monitor. I had graffiti on the back wall. I cleaned that up. We have graffiti on the bridge that's been there for how long, Mr. Casman?
I don't know, sir.
Sir, you need to talk to us.
Oh, I apologize. Anyway, there's a transient issue. There's dumping going on. I go there probably 3 or 4 times a week, call the police all the time. My boy was out there right before he went to college and cleaned up as much as he could. I yelled at him about the shopping cart. We have a sleeping bag and a shopping cart noted there. I leave some of the garbage. They take it out of the O'Reilly dumpster at night. I'm not there at night. They're not there during the day. When I do catch them, they give them a trespass warrant. The same people come back the next day. It's ongoing. The police called him, and I'm in violation when it's posted where the police could have removed the people that are there. The mobile home park owner's behind me. I give him my card. Please call me when you see somebody. I can't be there 24/7, but I do the best I can. I hope to redevelop it soon. I asked Ken if we could just pull this from the agenda because I'm there all the time. It's an issue that I work very hard to maintain, and I think that I'm being picked on. Is the property mowed, Mr. Peaslak? I'm not going to look at you, but was it mowed when you were there?
The
Talk
grass
to
is
us.
mowed, the rest is all the debris and overgrowth, all the palm trees.
There's overgrowth on the palm trees. I have plenty of evidence that I'd like to present to you guys, if I may. All the overgrowth, all the encampments along the causeway, the graffiti on the causeway built on the bridge itself. And, you know, I do a better job than what the city does. And I work very hard at it. And I'd like to try to maintain it on my own.
Okay, well, here's the problem. You are a real estate investor. Is that a fair assessment?
I'm a developer, correct.
A developer in that, okay. And you own these properties, and we see a lot of cases come before us that had the same problem you do. There were along 19, some of the old McDonald's and all that. And what happened is people would dump there. They would do this there, they do that. But it doesn't change the one fact, and that is it's your property and you're responsible for it, and you're responsible to keep it within the code specifications. Now, if you look at what is going on with the people that are living on your property, they're encamping and all that, the foliage is affording them cover because it protects them from rain. You may want to remove that. But whatever it is.
I would need a tree permit. It's the oak trees that they stay in the stormwater pond is where they reside.
Okay, so we can discuss that. Here's the problem. You may want to consider put fencing around it, have it all enclosed with fencing so nobody can intrude. That's a big expense, and you know, it's sort of like a waste of money. I can see how you can think that way. I would look at it that way. But it's still your property, and it's still your responsibility, and you need to take care of it. There's nobody else. Or, better, sell it. But you don't want to sell it because we know things are really happening along Gulf to Boulevard, Gulf.
I can't agree more, sir. There's a water easement that runs along the east boundary north to south, whereas that trail exists. I can't fence it because of that, because it serves the mobile home park behind me. On the front, I have cross access from the O'Reilly and from the emergency room that goes across the front of the property. I would love to fence it. I do maintain it. I do go there all the time. I call the police all the time. It's posted, and I do the best I can. If you can look at the encampments along that the city owns, going to the beach and the encampments that exist there and the overgrowth, et cetera.
That doesn't cover your problem.
Well,
it doesn't, it may not seem fair.
I can't agree more. I'm doing the best I can. I was there today. I was there yesterday. I'm there nearly every day to try to catch these people.
I would suggest, just based on the pictures that I've seen that were presented, that you deal with the palm tree stuff. If nothing else, deal with that. And the oak trees can be trimmed. There's nothing that says you have to cut them down. You can just trim them and make it difficult for these people.
We're going to move on.
We sympathize.
I'm doing the best I can. I think the city should work with me. I have property, like you said, all over Central Florida. And what they do is they call me, say, Andrew, we have an issue. Somebody just dumped a refrigerator. Can you come take it off the property? I said, be glad to. That's what I'm looking for.
Well, here's the thing, though. The city has made a case, at least for me, that you're not in compliance and you need to deal with it, and it's a nuisance. So I would do the best you can, short of putting the fence up, and see if that helps your situation. That's the only advice I can give you. That's the only relief we can give you.
Trimming the palm trees would be a start.
Okay.
It really would. Not to give them
Keep the
cover. We
grass short.
sympathize with the home. We know what you're going through.
Be in contact with Mr. Castman.
Oh, I certainly have, yes, ma'am. So the process is now, I'm not really aware of this. I've never gone through this before. Am I being fined today, or?
No.
Well, why don't you go put the recommendation out?
The recommendation of this case is we're requesting compliance on or before 5 days from the date the board renders its order, and we're asking the board to authorize the following. For the Code Compliance Division to take all reasonable actions, including entry into the property, to abate and maintain the nuisance and charge the violator with reasonable costs which will become a lien on the property. After 3 months from the recordation date of such lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city's attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies available under the law. Compliance can be met for the lot clearing by cutting and maintaining all the greenery on the property on a regular basis and removing all piles of debris, both organic and inorganic.
Andy, excuse me, will that be, this is a unfinished business, so are we looking at that first paragraph there?
No, this is just an acceptance of the nuisance abatement lien. So all we're doing is, you're gonna just take a general vote even after this one on accepting the ones. And this gives the individual 5 days to clear it up. If not, then the city can come onto the property.
And clear it up.
And clear it up. The problem that occurs when the city does it, of course, they're going to bill you, and if you don't pay, they're gonna lien your property. So that's how nuisance abatements are handled throughout the county with every municipality.
Yeah, can we make an amendment to that?
What would you like to do?
I would like to make an amendment. Instead of 5 days, it would be 14 days.
You can do that on this individual case. The other ones are all gonna have 5 days unless you make changes on
If it's
those.
okay with the city.
Well, the only issue I have is that when you actually read the rule, which is 7-103E1, it says the board shall enter an order giving it 5 days. Shall means shall. So, but, I'll leave that to the board. I don't, if you have.
I don't see a reason to do.
All right, well then we'll say 14 days.
I would like to enter on the record amendment 14 days.
Well, and just as Nicole reminded me, it's 5 days from the date the order is entered. The order will not be entered until next week. So it'll be more than 5 days.
Andy, of our language, is that page 7 under?
It should be, I believe, yes.
That'd be
Page 7, yes.
And we're saying within 14 days?
No,
If-
5.
If you want to do it on this one, it would be 14 days. I would do this one individually, unless you want to do that for any of the other ones. So you can take this case individually.
Individually, yes. That would be my amendment, motion amendment for 14 days individually.
And the only thing the city would ask would be that it would be 14 days from today.
Oh, that's what, yes, of course.
14 days from
Yeah,
today.
Not from the time it goes on record next week, from today.
14 days from today.
Yes, sir.
If you put that in a motion form.
Daniel, may I say something?
Yes.
I don't mean to disagree with you, but it looks like 14 days from today and the time frame it's going to be once it's issued by the clerk's office, they're going to be within a day or two of each other. So
Well,
we're not
that
getting them
includes
much-
them. This 14 day includes
It
them.
says 14 days or by.
No, I think that, right, the point is that if it's done next week, it'll probably be close to 14 days when you figure out the 5 days on top of that, yes.
So.
Okay, I'll make a motion.
Okay.
And this is for 7.1, case 149-19. I move to enter an order finding the respondent in violation of the code and requiring the respondent to correct the violations within 14 days of today. Within 14 days of the board's written order. If the respondent does not comply within the time specified, the city may take all reasonable actions, including entry onto the property, to abate and maintain the nuisance and charge the respondent with a reasonable cost, which will become a lien on the property. If costs, fines, and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Let's just clarify, is it 14 days from today or
Correct.
14 days from the order?
14 days from the order.
14 days from the order,
Yes,
so the
sir.
order will be next week.
Right.
Okay.
So do we need to set a date, an actual date?
No, we'll do 14 days from the order.
Okay.
Okay, I can amend that. So,
If, I assume if you get a second.
No second.
Yeah, that's why I said included,
Okay,
yes.
so that's second?
No second.
No, I made the
Somebody say-
amendment, I made the motion.
we don't need a second. I mean, we don't need to amend it if there's no
No,
second.
no, I just wanted to make sure we have a second to the
I'll just
motion.
reread it.
No, you're
No, wait a
good, I
minute.
got it. I just want to make sure we have a.
Is there a
Do we
second
have a
to the
second?
original motion?
Did somebody second it?
No.
No, we're not seconding the original,
Oh.
we're seconding the amendment I made to the original motion.
No, that was the original motion just made.
Okay, so there's no second.
No, it dies for lack of a
It
second.
died.
Okay.
Let's
Okay,
try-
so I'll make a new motion?
Well, you may want to discuss exactly what the majority of the board wants to do in this
I
situation.
was gonna just I was gonna amend it and reread it 14 days.
No. just leave it 5, like,
5.
You want to do,
Madam Chairman, I personally feel that there's a system in place and a time schedule in place, and we should adhere to that and eliminate the confusion. That's
agree.
That's my personal belief.
So within 5 days
5 days of the date of the order,
Of the order.
5 days from the date of order.
which will not
For
be
all of
until next week.
For
We're gonna see
all
if
of
there's
them.
any more.
You can do it for all of them.
Unless there's anybody else here.
There may be some of the other nuisance case here. We got.
Is there anybody else here for any of these other?
See, he has.
Let's do this one individually,
Let's just do
and
this one.
then we'll do the other one, and then we'll do the remainders.
Okay.
So going back to 5 days from the order,
Yes, sir.
Okay, 7.1, nuisance abatement liens. I move to enter an order finding the respondent in violation of the code and requiring the respondent to correct the codes within 5 days of the date of order, of the board's written order. If the respondent does not comply within the time specified, the city may take reasonable actions, including entry onto the property to abate and maintain the nuisance and charge the respondent with a reasonable cost which will become a lien on the property if costs, fines, and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed. The city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we have another one?
Well, I just want to say one thing, Mr. Hupp, here's what's going to happen. The city's going to go in there and do what they think you should be doing, okay? And the problem with that, okay, is when somebody else is doing it, you lose control, and you also lose the financial control. You may want to see what else you can do in the time period that exists. That's the only thing I have to say.
May I ask one question as well? And maybe council needs to comment on this.
Sure.
So, does the same apply to the city and their property relative to the same issues? Whereas, if I make a complaint and it's not cured within that time frame, is there some relief? Whereas, I can come in and do that and clean up the property and then charge the city for their violations?
Not that I'm aware of.
No. You can be called a good
And I can only
citizen.
tell you, this is the action that's brought, that this board hears, they follow through with this order. So that,
Okay.
I can only speak to what the authority this board has.
Well, maybe you're an attorney for the city, correct?
Yeah, that's not gonna.
That's not gonna happen?
No.
So we have all these
question.
encampments and all these violations on city property that are never enforced, but yet I have Big Brother on my shoulders. Within 5 days, I have to cure it.
Well, it's not really 5 days, sir. It's more June 28th when you got the first notice. You know, you're talking about transients. Explain to me how homeless people on your property grow grass. They don't. Explain to me how homeless people on your property don't trim palm trees. They don't. You can do that in 5 days, right? I could go out there today and do it.
I can't agree more.
And there's no mechanism, and you could go talk to your own lawyer if you want to. I'm sure you have your own. He'll probably say the same thing I do, that there's no mechanism for you to cut grass on city property and charge the city. Would be my argument.
I understand. The transient problem exists, and every day, there's a new transient that
Right.
shows up around my property and dumps
Okay.
trash. So he could show up the
Mr.
day after I
Huff?
clean it up.
We can't resolve that.
I'm gonna have
And
to-
we have other cases.
I understand
that
it.
go
So
away.
it's an ongoing issue. I want you guys to be aware of that.
It
that
is.
The next day after I clean it up, he could come out and I could be in violation. And unfortunately, that goes on throughout city property.
Yes, it does.
Ma'am, my
Parks, et
suggestion,
cetera.
sir, is
So-
after you have it cleaned up, you call Mr. Casman, ask him to come out and look at it and see that you've are meeting with what they're looking for. If not, then take care of that. Let them know that you're working with them. And when they know you're working with you, guess what? They work with you.
The grass was mowed 3 days ago.
Okay.
I don't think he solicited that to you today.
All right.
Thank you.
thank you, Mr. Huff.
Which case are we referring to?
Case 151-19,
7.3.
2083 Envoy Code.
7.3?
Yes.
Yeah.
Democracy in action.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
Inspector Yusuf Ture of City of Clearwater Code Compliance. Case number 151-19 for 2083 Envoy Court. There's nobody to speak for the property, but there are people here, neighbors, who want to speak against the property,
Okay.
if you may allow. There's one violation of this property, 2083 Envoy Court, Code Section 3-1503, B7, B6, B8, and B10. Lot clearing on maintained right-of-way and on maintained and maintenance of abutting right-of-way. The notice of violation was sent out on 6/26/2019. Compliance date was for 7/10/2019. The affidavit of posting was at 7/31/2019. This is the location of the property where the violation exists. I went back and posted the property on 6/26/2019. They cut the grass, but they did a very haphazard job. They would cut part and leave the other half, and they never trimmed it. Now, as you can see, that cone is sitting right at the edge of the curb. So I had to lift it up. All that is into the street, and it should not grow more than 5 inches into the street. The affidavit of posting was for July 31, 2019. And here's another shot at 6/25/2019. As you can see, this is a problem property. There are 3 panels of wooden panels fencing that is just leaning on the fence, on the chain link fence, which is a violation. And here it's 8/23. This was Friday. I went back there, took pictures, and it shows it's still in violation of overgrowth. This is the back of the property. They have a pool, which was also filled with water, but they managed to drain it. And it also needs to be cut. I just took a shot of the streets, just compare and contrast, to show you what kind of neighborhood it is in. And they have their lawns cut, edged, and manicured very well. And this is on Embassy Drive, Embassy. Then this one is on Envoy Court. So as you can see, all the streets, they cut their grass, maintain it very well.
Is this an occupied home?
Right now, it is not occupied. I mean, somebody comes and goes.
Okay.
They come and go.
Okay, if we have the neighbors, we should let them speak. So
Yes, the neighbors want to speak.
Is that Imperial off of Nursery? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
I'm your neighbor. That's a nice neighborhood.
Yeah, it is.
Calm down.
Come on up, neighbors. You have one spokesman? You're the designated spokesman?
I'm Kevin, across the street. I live across the street. Hi, I'm Kevin Bertram. I live at 1391 Embassy. It's kitty corner from the property on Envoy. And we have Wayne Gross, that's also across the street, and the other neighbors that are in close proximity.
Could you spell your last name, please?
B as in boy, E-R-T-R-A-M. Kevin.
Is this a corner lot?
Yeah, it's a corner lot that they live on, that house is on.
Okay, thank you.
This property has been problematic for probably 15 years. There's a owner from Bruno 1 that I've been told that lives in Canada, and he owns several properties in the area. This house right now is a flop house. There's people that come and go. I believe that this gentleman from Canada that owns all these separate properties, he has workers, and right now it's just ran as a flop house.
The city's turning the water on, turning the water off all the time. There's rats, there's snakes, there's a sewage. The biggest problem is there's the house is settled. There's like a settling. There's Allen's Creek used to go through there. So there's a settling there, like a sinkhole. Half the house is settled about this much. There's a sewage pipe in there. I know we're talking about the grass today, but there's a sewage pipe in that's broken. You've seen the fences, you've seen the pool drain. There's turtles. I was told a month and a half ago that code enforcement was going to approach the board and try to get a demo permit on the house, and so I don't know what's going on with this. But what they'll do is they're over there cutting the yard today. I don't know who's cutting it, if the city's cutting it or right before the hearing today. They're over there cutting it right now. The grass must have been this high. And then what'll happen is they'll comply for today, and they'll let it run out for another month or 2 months until they have to come before the board again. And I see that on the agenda. There's another property from Bruno 1. So they're just playing games. There's drug dealing going on there. It's just a hazard situation for the neighborhood. My 90-year-old mother, I take care of her. She's been in the neighborhood since 1985, and all the properties are well groomed. This is a rental property. It just seems that our board's bylaws don't interview or vet the people that are moving into the property like a lot of homeowners associations will do. So we're just getting trash in there all the time. So it's a nuisance, it's an ongoing nuisance, and our HOA board we're paying attorney fees, a lot and a lot and a lot all the time, and we just need some help from the city. And so that's basically the problem. It's just a mess there. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming. One more.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi.
I'm Beth Fisher, Fisher. I've been in this neighborhood, I have been in this neighborhood for the last 32 years. I live 3 houses down. I knew the original owner. She was the original owner when the association was built. A nice little old lady. She passed away. Her niece couldn't, she had no children. Her niece did not want to, take over the property, so a bank eventually took it. Mr. Bruno and his partners, because from what I understand, he has partners, took the house back from the bank. He got it for like $30,000. He was supposed to fix it up. At the time, it was very evident it was sinking. There was gaps this much inside in the house between the wall and the studs and the door frame and the ceiling. You could actually see into it. The house, if you go by, leans. I'm sure you guys have pictures of that. So it's true. A house across the street had the same problem. Judge Pennick lived there. He dumped all kinds of stuff under his house. He took care of it. Mr. Bruno has repeatedly rented the house, even though he had his own internal engineer survey the house and certify that the house was in condition to live in. Not an outside partner, but someone in his own firm. You can't have gaps like this in a house and tell me that that house is stable and someone should be living in it. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. He completely rents it to people that they're supposed to maintain it. Every time they get fed up with him, they move out because he won't fix internally. He won't fix the gaps. He won't fix the toilets. He won't fix whatever, so they leave. Just this past few weeks, he decided, there's been a recycle bin, as you saw in the picture, sits in front of the garage door, which is a code for the city. His workers that come to work on the house filled the whole can with mullet. Now, imagine how that smelled these last few weeks. And our poor neighbor, Mr. and Mrs. Wobble, have had to deal with that, as well as everybody else that walks around. We are a neighborhood that helps each other. We are a neighborhood that looks out for each other. If you're in the hospital, we mow your yard. If you have an issue, we help you out. In the beginning, we tried to help with this house, and then neighbors started getting official letters to not step on the property. All we want is this house to be maintained. We want it to come up to compliance and to stay there. He knows how to reset the time button. Like today, he knew this was coming before the board today. So what are they doing? As he said, the grass was this high. They were weed whacking the grass today in the rain, and now they're mowing over the weed whacking. All he does is reset the button. This has been going on in our association for so many years, and we are just asking for some help. And how can we not keep going through this cycle all the time? It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to people that come in to visit us. It's embarrassing as the rest of us have lived up to our homeowners association rules. We've lived up to the city code rules. All we're asking is, when can this cycle end? Thank you.
Excuse me, is the pool in the back open for anybody to walk in and around there?
Occasionally the gate is left open, yes. Yes.
And what has your home association done?
I'm sorry?
What has your home association done for you?
We've been through the attorney. Our attorneys have dealt with it. They just went before a judge, finally collect the fees that he owed for the association fees. He just paid those off. Like I say, he knows how to reset the button. So now he won't pay next year's, I'm sure, and they'll go after him again. So
This case would be just.
they keep bringing it, every year we're at our association annual meeting, and every year they're working on it. So he knows the ropes, he knows the system, as you can tell by the next
Well,
item.
I'm sorry for your frustrations, but we thank you for speaking up.
Thank you.
Excuse me, I'd like to add that I think that the HOA, our homeowners association, has obtained an injunction for them to keep the property up. But I don't know if that's going to happen. So that's where they're at now. It's just been a vicious legal battle. They'd rather, but what's happening is the property values, it affects our property values.
Sure it does.
And that's our main concern, because houses will go up for sale, groomed properties and very nice homes, and then the people will come in and take a look at the home, and they'll say, well, look at this over here, what's going on over here? So that's all I have to say.
Well, that was the reason I asked that question about your HOA. Have they made an effort to at least cut the grass themselves?
Well, I got a letter from a lawyer that I turned into the Florida bar threatening me that if I go over there and cut the grass, that they're gonna sue me.
Yeah.
And I believe Wayne got one, or Wayne didn't get one, but they got one. And because I live right across the street, and we keep everything up, and so does everybody else. And I got a letter from a lawyer that just basically threatened me. And so then I just sent it up to the Florida bar to see what they could do.
From the HOA attorney?
No, from the Bruno One, the owner of the
My
property.
question is not that. My question is, what is your HOA doing for you, across the street neighbor, for them to cut the grass? It seems like it would come under that. You're paying dues for that.
Yeah, you would think that the HOA could go onto the property, right?
That's my
Right?
question, yes.
Well, they sent that lawyer sent the HOA a letter too, saying that if you come onto the property, we're gonna
Okay,
sue
that's
you.
what I was getting at. Okay.
I think even the city, they put a no trespassing. I even think they've warned the city of even coming onto the property.
That answers my
Sir, here's the thing, we can't resolve that for you, but we understand what you're saying.
Sure.
And we're not going to restart the button.
Okay, thanks. Have a good day.
Can you take one more?
Yeah, sure.
My name's Tom Walbolt, W-A-L-B-O-L-T. I live next door. Our HOA, I'm not 100% sure, but I think we put a lien on his house, and it was typical of him, the day of the auction, that it was going to be auctioned off for the lien, he put a bond down. Today's the deadline for the grass, he mows the grass. He put a boat in there mid-November. We kept putting up signs, it was before Joseph's time, but we put up the sign saying this is a deadline, this is a deadline, this is a deadline, and they kept getting new deadlines, and I don't know why. But then the August 8th deadline, the boat mysteriously goes away right before the deadline. So he's gaming the system. He's doing a lot better job than we are. Also, as far as the people that were renting, there were pretty consistent renters in this house, even though it was settled and it was obvious that there was problems with the house. People were still living there, some of which he told there is a big hole under the house from the settling. And the owner before Bruno had done a study to see how much that would cost. So that's why he got the house for $30,000, because the insurance company gave the niece money to fill the hole, and she kept that money and his $30,000, and that kind was the value of what the house used to be. So he got a house for $30,000. He put some lipstick on the pig and rented it. Recently, I was talking to the last people who moved out. They moved out because apparently the settling has broken some sewer pipes underneath the house, and it smells inside, and they couldn't stand it, so they moved out. Since then, it's just been people coming and going.
His worker.
The what?
His worker.
Yeah, and I caught him twice putting a jumper on the meter, stealing Florida Power's power. And so the Florida Power people were coming there on their off hours trying to catch him, and he was just so sporadic. But they finally just went up on the roof and cut the wire so he can't jump the meter.
You mean there's no electrical power in that house?
There hadn't been electrical power for a while. And the pool, I mean, we turn in the pool, and there's some hitch with the city where if you can go online and turn in a thing, and then a couple of days later it says it's completed, but I don't know what that means, because it's not completed. You can find out how many complaints have been filed against this house. I'm sure it's over 100, because I've done 5 or 6.
Well, sir, there's not much more we can do for you other than move on what we have in front of us, but we really thank you for coming and talking about it.
One more thing.
Sure.
I think, I don't know if you all talk with the building department, but I think the building department has some things to say about this house too. They said it was unlivable and put up signs saying you can't live there. And I think there's been some recent activity from them. So I don't know what you all.
We'll find that out later.
Okay.
Thank you for coming. Thank you all for coming.
Here comes the answer to that.
Actually, Madam Chair, on that last point, Inspector Cantrell could probably speak.
Good afternoon, Inspector Cantrell. Regarding this property, we brought it before you, I believe it was in June. It was found in violation by you, and compliance date was end of July. An affidavit of non-compliance has been filed, and I'm sure Nicole and I will be bringing that forward for the affidavit of non-compliance next month. We did request fines of $150 per day, or the opportunity for the city to go onto the property and correct the violation as we see fit.
So one question. So there is no power at this house now, okay? You've seen the lines cut. We know that. Apparently there's raw sewage in the house. I mean, this is there a health department that can get involved in this thing too?
They can certainly try, but we're.
It sounds like they've got it covered.
We're limited by the law, so
Okay.
we're moving as quickly.
But you're
as
moving on it.
Yeah, we are, for sure.
So understand, sir, that they are moving on it, and we'll hear it next meeting, and we'll make a motion or deal with it as it's presented to us, and things are moving.
Like it's going towards an abandoned home.
Why don't we make a motion now, just like the last one?
Thank you.
within the days of the board's.
We're gonna do the whole thing. There's no one else here.
It'll be the
Unless
same
we have any
motion
other
for
cases.
all.
Oh, okay. So how many days would?
5, everything is 5.
Same thing.
Wait,
5 days from the original order.
except for 7.4.
Right.
7.4 is continued to September.
Okay, wait, 7.4, 7.9, 7.10, and 7.11 are all,
3 are
Oh,
withdrawn.
that's that lot that just got.
one's continued, 3 are withdrawn, don't worry about those, so
That just got.
you can do 7, well, you could do just, you can make a motion on the rest of them as a general motion.
So would that be 1, 2,
We already did
5.
1, and 2 is withdrawn.
We did one already.
Oh, 2 is withdrawn.
Actually, it would be 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 is withdrawn.
Okay, I can make a motion.
You gonna make it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I move to enter, no, so this is for
Nuisance abatement.
Nuisance
nuisance
abatement.
abate, 7.3, 7.5, 7.6, 7.7, and 7.8. I move to enter an order finding the respondent in violation of code and requiring the respondent to correct the violations within 5 days. What was that language, 5 days of?
Page 7.
Days of the order,
Of the written order.
days of the written order, of the board's written order. If the respondent does not comply within the time specified, the city may take all reasonable actions, including entry onto the property to abate and maintain the nuisance and charge the respondent with the reasonable cost which will become a lien on the property. If costs, fines, and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
That's it?
Yep.
That's the most we can do right now.
Motion to adjourn. Right?
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second?
Second.
We're adjourned.